Oh, I really, really like Meteor Herd more.
Who's the skank on my screen?
I think people who say this is the best Sonic game are going off of nostalgia and literally just play the Sonic levels over and over again. Because shit like that doesn't happen to you.
What a great boss fight.
I hate this game.
I love it. I love it.
This is the biggest inconsistency I've ever had in a video game.
Thank you, Oma
Oh,
Chow.
God.
Thank you for telling me how to fuck this bitch up.
For real. Holy shit. Ah!
This camera.
Oh,
Does
it's
not
bad.
know what to do with itself. It wants
It
to
just
die.
shits itself half the time. I can't see around the arena.
It's good, man. It's good. Don't worry. What
I
the
used
fuck?
to defend this
What is she
game.
doing?
I used to defend Sonic Adventure 2. When Danku said the game was trash, I was like, no, it's not that bad.
Ow!
Holy
Jesus.
I'd rather be playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles right now. No, fuck your... God, get over here.
Oh, you better get a ring. Better get a ring, compadre.
Yeah, because then you'll get hit and be like, it's over.
What you got all day?
You know, the original game was Sonic, what, Tails and Eggman? No, Sonic, Knuckles and Eggman?
Yeah.
No, we should have gotten that game instead of this. Alright, can I just...
But what do you think about that? Like, the fact that if we do get Sonic Adventure 3, it probably won't be like the other adventure games at all.
I mean, I agree. I do think it won't be like the other adventure games. And that's why I don't really want one.
Sure.
I think the ship has sailed. And to me, going back and giving it...
Ooh,
They
yay!
found the... Yeah, get hype. It's gonna be so fucking... I love this stage so much!
Yay!
Ah! So, like, go back and, like... They already did it where they get, like, the boost formula. And then they just shit on it with Sonic Lost World. And then they decided, oh, let's go back to the boost formula with forces. Going back to the adventure formula, I don't think they'd pull it off. I think for all the shit that Forces got, it's really just a mediocre game.
Right. That's what I
It's
hear
not-
mostly about it.
I've beaten it. I'd play it again because I think it's actually kind of fun. But it's really just a mediocre game. There's nothing really that pulls you back if you're not a Sonic fan. I feel like if they made an adventure game, they'd fuck it up.
Possibly.
Because Lost Worlds was genuinely bad.
Sure.
I mean, I still stand by the fact, I've said this before, the podcast is probably out by now, but I'll say it on Gaming Through the Ages too, that I think that that Lost World is the best, like, designed Sonic stages in any game. But the gameplay is not good. The weird, like, the fact that there's a run button, there's a parkour system that barely works.
Sure.
The game is just not fun.
Fair.
And it's unforgivably hard. Like, it's the Dark Souls of Sonic games. No, but, like, it's actually difficult. There's so many times where I've died and I'm just don't know what happened. It's not glitches, it's just hard. Anyway, how you liking this level?
I'm enjoying it so far. The anti-gravity stuff, the rail grinding.
Oh, it's super fun.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not a fan of these fucks, but...
No, nobody is, but they're at least tolerable in this one because you can homing attack their head.
Right, right.
The aesthetic of this level is awesome too. Oh, I love this place. Oh, fuck you! Alright, this is one of my favorite
Fucking
parts.
hate, man.
Oh, hell yeah, here we go. Here we go, baby.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Ooh, Esket it. I'm a fucking Esket it, dude.
Shit like this is what makes the game worth it. These well-designed... This is where, like, the cinematic feeling of the game pops out. Like, shit like this.
Right, right.
This game is epic, bro.
Motherfucking cinematic.
Motherfucking Sonic. I do think we need another good Sonic game that isn't 2D.
Oh, sure.
Oh, fuck.
Sure.
I got cocked. But, like, Forces, again, mediocre. I want something that's innovative, like Generations or Colors. Motherfucking Colors. What they need to do, they need to...
I didn't realize the little circle tubes light up when you go through them.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
didn't
cool.
notice that. Such a cool
What they
attention
need-
to detail.
What Sonic team needs to do? They need to ditch. Oh fuck this! Fuck this asshole. I'm just leaving.
Just
They need to ditch classic Sonic entirely. They need to just get
In
rid of him.
3D.
He's in 3D. I agree. Don't ditch classic Sonic in terms of like making like 3D games, but like not 3D games, 2D games, but like in 3D he serves no purpose anymore. He was cool in Unleashed because it was just not Unleashed, fucking Generations. Look at me. But he was cool in Generations because it was like the anniversary title, so he had like a reason to be there. He's got no reason to be in Forces.
Agree.
It's just like, hey, look at classic Sonic. Rather than, hey, look at actual interesting gameplay. What does give me a little bit of hope for the adventure gameplay is the custom avatar stages in Forces are very similar to the adventure style. And they did those all right. Like, there's no boosting, and you still run fast, so it's kind of just, you're running fast in the similar style to this.
Interesting.
I do love the boost, but at the same time, I sometimes feel like the adventure style is 3D Sonic at its best. Because it's so simple, yet so fun, I guess? Like, you're just running through stages. There's no, like, boost meter or shit. So, like, you played, Sonic, you played Shadow, so it plays very similar.
Okay.
Shadow
that gives
is
me a
like,
good idea.
yeah, Shadow is basically just like, people call it pseudo Sonic Adventure 3. People call Heroes Adventure 3, but Heroes plays completely differently
Very differently, yeah.
because of that garbage team mechanic.
Sure.
Oh,
If I'm
somebody
given like
did-
a Sonic Adventure 3 title, it would probably be like Shadow
I would give it to either
Unleashed.
Shadow or like 06 or Unleashed.
or
yeah.
06. Yeah, those are the three.
Maybe 06 the most, but at the same time, like Unleashed is a pretty good contender for it.
Right.
Because if it also feels nope, you're not gonna get me like fuck. But
Got
Unleashed also kind of feels like natural progression with the boost formula and everything. Feels like you could have gotten here from the adventure games. So fucking
You're about a video game.
can't tell you how many times this happened. All right, you ready to see the room that made me stop playing this game?
Oh boy. Oh,
See,
you
Eggman was right for a while.
Eggman knew. He knew.
I literally stopped playing the game for like 3 months because of this. When did I start playing this? I was like, fuck. I gotta think back because I was playing this while I was at how old would I have been in like 4th grade?
10 usually.
Like 8? Yeah, 9, 10.
9, 10.
Yeah, like 9, 10. So I started playing this game when I was like 9. So like that's just crazy to me because fuck, that should have killed Sonic. What the shit is this?
He made
It
it.
should've just
He made it.
yeah, this right here is what would fuck me up every time. If I got here, I couldn't make this. And then I jump off thinking I was supposed to go somewhere else. This is just like this room now is the simplest shit, but as to like an 8-year-old, this shit was like the wackiest thing. Oh no.
Ooh,
Oh,
big.
what was that bullshit?
We
That
made
shouldn't
it.
have worked. I'm okay that it worked, but I shouldn't have.
Motherfucking wacky gravity.
Yeah. This is always one of my favorite stages to do. Like when I said like when I made up like the order of like stages I go through, this was always one of my favorites to like make up a story reason for why Sonic was going through here.
Oh sure. Just because
I was making
in space.
it's
and
so
everything.
interesting. Yeah, it's really neat. Final Rush too.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I've heard good things about
Oh, it's really good.
that. Yes.
That was 6 minutes. That felt way quicker.
Oh yeah.
All right, rank E, motherfucker. Rank
Barely
E.
made it. Oh no. That wasn't radical
Rank
at all.
That wasn't radical at all.
What
That's
the heck?
pretty. Oh yeah, you know Sonic dies in this game, right?
Yeah. He had that fake
Okay.
death.
Yeah. I want to watch that cutscene though, because I genuinely like it. So when we get to that one, I'm gonna watch it. I think it's really awesome.
Pretty epic.
As a kid, this story was the best thing to come out of video games to me. Like,
I'm
this
sure.
shit was tight as fuck.
I've heard a lot of people defend it, mostly because like they experienced it in their youth and like
Yeah.
there's really not a Sonic game before this that compares.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
remotely.
fuck! This
Story-wise.
boss fight is bullshit. I agree. The, like, Sonic Adventure 1 has, like, this weird, like, Zen story to it. And again, like, you brought it up earlier, like, nature Godzilla type thing.
Right.
And it's just kind of weird, to see that in a Sonic game. And, like, the end, it was, like, some, like, prophecy, like, there was some, like, temple and shit.
Right.
So it just felt really weird. Meanwhile, this one just, again, like you always said, felt like the just good versus evil type thing.
Sure.
And it felt very cinematic, like I was watching a movie. And if they ever did make a Sonic movie, I think that Adventure 2 is probably the game they should pull from.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's just the most common one. And in fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most people ended up playing SA2 before 1 because this one came to the GameCube first, if I'm not mistaken.
It did. Yeah, it came to the GameCube in like 2002.
And then the director's cut for 1 didn't come until like a year or so later.
It was like 2003 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I already skipped the cutscene. Alright. There's the cutscene where Sonic's in like the skate pod.
Right.
And he's like, if I can harness this chaos control, and he teleports, and I thought that was the coolest shit as a kid.
And here he is.
Which, by the way, makes no sense if it's a fake Chaos Emerald. Have you been?
Yeah.
You.
I've never gotten
So you
that.
know the story. You knew the story at least for this game, right?
Yeah.
Like they get Tails as this fake Chaos Emerald and everything.
And
So, like,
manufacturers.
they don't even say anything, right? He's like, I was somehow able to use this fake emerald to use chaos control, and then they don't explain it.
Right.
It's like, but as a kid, that shit doesn't matter to you. You're just like, that's tight.
Right. I guess you're supposed to assume that like he saw Shadow do it one time, and then he's like, I can do it, fucking with this fake
Yeah.
emerald.
What I love about this scene is it's kind of dark because he says, I'm worried about Amy and Tails. Could you take care of them for me? This is our last chance. This dude knows he could die. And that's just kind of heavy for a Sonic game.
Yeah, it's good level. I'm so ready for this.
Oh, yes, here we go. This level just has so much, like, anxiety to it because you know this is your last chance to save the entire world.
Right. Oh, I love that
By the way,
fucking
makes-
Earth in the background.
Yes, which makes no sense because, wait, Eggman wants world domination, right?
Sure.
But he's willing to blow up part of the world with the Eclipse Cannon?
Right.
So what the fuck?
I guess, like, he's holding everybody hostage, right? So if they
Yeah.
follow his demands, he doesn't have to blow shit up. But if so, he blows it up and I guess builds Eggman Land on top of it. I don't know how that works.
And that's true. Yo, that's so baller. I forgot I always forget he literally built Eggman Land
Right.
and Unleashed. This dude.
Well, they like build Eggman Land up in like 4 or 5 fucking games, and then to see it finally
yeah,
come
he
to
finally
fruition
does
is
it.
kind of
And
cool.
it's actually, like, it's an awful level, but, like, it's actually kind of tight that he was able to do it.
Yeah, finally after all this time.
So what I just did there is skips a huge chunk of the level. It's really useful. I do it all the time. I don't usually like skipping that big chunk, but there's a bunch of bullshit in that chunk, so. More Kid J stuff. This level I hated as a kid because I couldn't stay on the rails.
Yeah. I figured out
I
too
love
that
this level now.
this was the game that introduced rail grinding in general.
Yeah.
And I think back to it of like how much of a pain in the ass it was to control and Shadow the Hedgehog. Because
Yeah.
you couldn't
It's
really
good
lock
in this
onto
one.
rails, you just sort of had to like jump to them.
Alright, I didn't mean to skip the level again. I just didn't want to die.
Fair enough.
Alright. Yeah, the rail grinding in this game is good though.
Yeah. That's why I was gonna ask if it's any better in here.
Yeah, it feels really smooth. One thing I do like that they added in like colors in Unleashed is the ability to home on to rails.
Right.
Like if there's actually a target for that, which is really good.
I know there's parts in Heroes too that's pretty shitty because you can't lock onto
Yeah. Fuck these
them.
bitch tits.
These blue fucks.
Yeah, so the story again is a thing we talked about mostly throughout this Let's Play. But again, I always loved the idea that Sonic knew he could die. So again, it just adds so much weight to this because he's like, yo, Knuckles, I trust you with Tails and Amy. I'm gonna go slam dunk this bitch in there, and I might not come back, but
Cool mouth.
it just adds to that dark Sonic story
Right.
that shouldn't work. Yet emotionally, I think that its story works.
Sure.
There's just a lot of plot holes, including like with the last story, like Dr. Robotnik, right? He makes this thing because they killed Maria, but if they seized his lab and then killed Maria, then how was he able to get a failsafe to crash into Earth
Right,
on the Ark if he was in jail.
Didn't make a lot of sense.
Like, and as cool as that plot twist is, it just doesn't make any sense.
And then, like, in Shadow the
whatsoever.
Hedgehog's final story, it complicates things even further. Where he's like, no, the Eclipse Cannon was to get rid of the Black Aliens should they ever come back.
Yeah, that was the dumbest shit.
Right. And, like, he left a message for Shadow, too, apparently. And I'm like, Joe probably didn't give a shit about Shadow in general. He cared more about Maria in the lab.
Oh yeah, for sure. Fuck this. Also, how did like the prototype of the ultimate life form? One thing that I did like I don't know if how I feel about Shadow deadass thinking he's an android in Shadow the Hedgehog, but one thing I liked about this game is Rouge finds like that bio lizard bitch. You've seen that shit?
Yeah.
The weird like, all right, Rouge found like images of that, and she's like, this is the true ultimate life form. And then Shadow has this one scene where he's like, I'm the true ultimate life form. I'm still Shadow, aren't I? And he has this like existential crisis.
Right.
And I kind of like that because it feels like it works because they just find out he might not be.
Well, they try to pull that angle with the Shadow Android thing too, where he's like, am I really the same one who did all this and yada yada yada. But then like in the same time, even during that, fucker has flashbacks to like areas of SA2. Right?
Yeah, I don't... And again, I don't think we should put much stock in Sonic stories. It really doesn't matter. But they had such potential with bringing back Shadow from the dead after his sacrifice. So, like, they could have done so much with
And I mean, they even tried setting it up, too, in Heroes, where they, like, find a bunch of Shadow androids, and they're not sure the Shadow they have is the real one or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, like, all of it just builds up to weird Shadow android shit in the neutral timeline, and then the real one being like, no, you are the real one, yada yada. And then in 06, he's just like, oh, cool, I'm working for Gun now.
Yeah, 06. Well, when I think about 06, I think 06 is actually just a reboot.
Right.
That's the only way it makes sense timeline-wise.
Sure.
Because there's, like, one moment where it's, like, Shadow met with the president of wherever that game takes place, Soliana or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like 60 years ago, and then, like, when you watch the Some Call Me Johnny review, he was like, so what you're telling me is Shadow woke up from being cryogenically frozen, goes to meet the Princess Soliana, gets some like, fucking sushi while there, and then goes back to being cryogenically frozen.
Right, yeah.
So that's why there's a lot of continuity errors.
I think it's those continuity errors and, like, how poorly Hedgehog and Sonic 06 did, like, critically. That really did kill the chance of having any more sort of serious stories like SA2 had. Which is a bit of a shame, but like I understand why when you have games that are received like that and get panned like that and all the plot holes and shit, they're like, you know what? Might as well not even try.
I think it's sad because Unleashed pulled the same serious story, but actually kind of accomplished it, in my opinion. It's just that game also was critically not panned, but like not well received. Yeah, so I think they took it as, well, instead of continuing what we did here, that was the dopest shit I've ever pulled in this level.
Nice.
Instead of like trying again with the Unleashed like story and doing it differently, because there were still some issues with that one, right?
Obviously.
They just decided, hey, they don't like the serious story. Let's just go all out campy comedy, Eggman doing bad stuff. And while I adore Colors of Story and love it to bits,
right?
It worked there. But then we get something like Generations and Lost World,
more of the campy stuff,
where the campy stuff is too campy, and any sense of actual story is gone.
Well, I think I put Unleash in that campy category too, because of like. Chip and Professor Pickles and the townspeople being cartoony, wacky.
It still has that serious tone.
Right. It starts off that way and then kind of eats.
And then they bring it back with Forces, but it just fucking fails.
Yeah, I forgot about
awfully. Sonic is tortured. They say he's literally being tortured by Eggman, and then he's like, "This is the party, guys." You want to talk about a game with bad continuity? Fucking Forces? Let me tell you how this shit makes no sense. Where, like, any of these characters come from. Metal Sonic is there. This bitch hasn't been seen in continuity since, like, Sonic CD, right? Multiplayer doesn't count. How the fuck's he there? like one of those guys from like Lost World, the red dude. I can't remember his name, but he's there.
Oh, Zavok.
He just disappeared at the end. Yeah, Zavok. He just disappeared at the end of like Lost World. Then there's, I think like, was there somebody from Boom there?
Oh no, there wasn't.
Oh, okay, good. But like still, there's like a bunch, and then Infinite. Fuck this Infinite dude. What the fuck?
Right.
He has this weird like this song by Hoobastank.
Yes. Yes. Fucking Hoobastank.
And it's like,
love it.
it's like, what the shit? Forces. Your gameplay is fun, but your story is why Sonic shouldn't do dark stories.
I love Shadow's theme, by the way. They're playing right now.
Oh, it's good.
Cheesy again, like all hell, but.
What I like about Shadow's theme is they could have just done like some emo like pop punk, but instead we get like this like what was also popular at the time, equally popular, this like emo like electro pop.
Yeah. That's the best way I
was
can
also
describe
popular. Yeah, because it's still got like those dark like I am like lyrics, but at the same time it's also like electro like funky pop and shit. So Sonic's theme is like this like. Again, like I think Sonic's theme is pretty pop punk. We got Tails, which is like this like weird like poppy like guitar driven shit. Knuckles just has straight rap. Rouge has like this like R&B kind of sound to it.
I'm down for that
And-
whenever that happens.
Oh, it's really good. I actually like Rouge's themes. But Eggman has this like almost hard rock feel to it.
Yeah, that sounds about
This
right.
shit. And I like that too. And then like Shadow just has about the same as what we're hearing now throughout most of his game, his levels. By the way, if you want to talk about shitty boss fights, this one, it's not good.
No, so you're repeating a lot.
Cause yeah, because you just keep going this way. You can hardly get a hit on Shadow. And sometimes you'll get turned. That was a frame rate spike. Holy shit! Did you see that?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
That shit dropped like to 11. What the fuck?
A lot of action on the screen.
Come on, please. Please. There we go. Okay. I am the ultimate life form. Game over, Shadow.
While your husk is just there on the ground, I gotta pose real quick. Hold on. Oh, is this the last cutscene?
Yeah.
Okay, we might as well watch
I actually really
then.
like this cutscene. It's a good one too.
If I recall, Sonic does this stupid ass smirk.
I did it.
I love it so much. This is like something you see out of a CW show. Like Arrow or something. This be like the end of Arrow and you just see this kind of shit.
Oh boy, here it comes.
The music in this scene's actually really good. Oh, fuck! What is this?
Hell yeah.
I forgot they just do not touch up the CGI cutscenes.
Right, it stands in the same 4x3.
Oh yeah, here we go. I always thought the Space Colony arc had such an interesting
It's
look.
such a cool aesthetic. Oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
That's how they fucking end it. That's great. Wow. Wow.
Told you, pop fucking pop.
Yeah. I mean, you meant it.
Oh.
Do I give my thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead and give your thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay. So, aesthetically, SAT is fucking pretty good. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie. Cityscape, the fucking desert aesthetic, the forest I love, the Metal Harbor I love, even the space shit on the Ark. I thought all that shit looked fascinating. What I thought was kind of boring visually in Shadow the Hedgehog, because you know they kind of retread a lot of the same parts. Here it's like
Yeah.
inventive and colorful, and like there's all these set pieces and all these cinematic moments going on. Visually speaking, I think it's really cool and some of the best they got going on there. Music, I love it too. It's cheesy, it's dumb. Aside from the tail stuff, I think most of it's pretty good. Knuckles stuff especially is really fucking good. Sonics and everything. And then you get to that
I
gameplay,
love the song
man.
that's playing right now. This song right now is really good.
Then you get to the gameplay. I like the idea of like 3 gameplay styles, but man, you get shit like Metal Harbor, and you're like, oh yes, this is so cool. You get shit like Cityscape, which is so cool.
I want to say even like Pumpkin Hill.
Pumpkin Hill even.
Or Wild Canyon.
Right.
Those 2 first Knuckles stages, you're like, this is really fun.
And then it just fucking dips. dips, man. It just dips so hard.
After Pumpkin Hill, first bad mission in the game, Mission Street.
Yeah.
And then Aquatic Mines.
Yeah.
And then like the Racing Tails one again.
Yeah.
And then breaking into the pyramid, and then like, and then we get like Pyramid Cave, which is really fucking
Right. Pyramid Cave's
So,
nice.
like,
but it's the only part in
what-
the middle that I like at all. To me, the game doesn't pick back up until we get to the space shit, and even then, you have to deal with
I think the
bombers like
Tails-
Meteor Herd and shit like that.
The Tails level, like engine core, wasn't bad.
Sure.
It was pretty okay.
All of them were either mediocre or bad, in my opinion. The Tails shit.
Meteor Herd is bad.
Yeah.
What the Knuckle shit again? Like we said, has like 2 good stages,
And then nothing.
and then like 2 pretty shit stages.
Every Sonic stage I like.
Um,
I'll mention that. I don't think there
Oh,
was
every
a
Sonic
stinker.
stage is good.
There was a stinker there.
No, not at all. I can't even think of one that's close to a stinker.
Right. But like,
They're definitely the heart of the
the
game.
tail stuff, the knuckle stuff is just mixed or really fucking bad, and the boss battle shit's garbage.
Every boss battle.
But man, like,
There's not a good.
I really do
Yeah.
see the ambition and the effort put into here. It's just like,
Mhm.
I really wish the rest of the game was like the Sonic shit, and not what we got.
Fair.
And then, if you want my opinion on the story, we'll talk about it through Gaming in the Ages. Basically, it's fucking crazy nonsense, but still really
Yeah.
interesting.
Fair.
But the Sonic stuff, some of the best. Some of the best the whole franchise has to offer, by far.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. It's so. The game, from like my perspective, right? Oh, this is they did trailers for the other sides once you finish one of them.
Oh, really? I didn't know about this.
So it's actually really neat.
This is so 2000s as fuck.
It is. This is another thing that when you find out it's American, you're like, oh, yeah.
It has nothing to do with Eggman. Alright.
All right. If you guys want to know my perspective, basically I agree with everything Aiden said, except I had to suffer through the stages.
Yeah, you actually had to play them.
Actually playing them. Sonic stages, golden. They're the part that everyone looks back on this game and remembers fondly. I don't think anyone looks back and thinks, "Oh, I really, really like Meteor Herd."
Fucking nobody.
Yeah, it's just how I feel. So thank you all for watching the light side story. We will be doing dark side story next. So
Does that mean I have to
hope
dye
you
my
all
hair
are
black?
hyped for that. Yes, you do. Put on some eyeliner.
Some leather.
I'm really excited to see what you think about the Eggman side.
Okay.
Because
I'm
I really like those.
interested.
Oh shit.
What
No, we ain't
the fuck?
goofing with that. We ain't goofing with that.
But we'll see you next time, guys. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and
Hit that notification bell.
we're still going. We'll be back to do more.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna shoot myself.
Bye!